You ready?
Yes, fuck.
Here goes nothing.
Take 2.
Okay. So yeah, we're back. Take 2.
Take 2. We just went through 25 minutes and just felt
It was bad.
awful. Worse than normal.
Yeah, it did get better.
I don't think we're as
Towards the end,
interesting as we thought.
But yeah, we were talking about little fears of ours. And Cameron was just talking to me. He was mentioning how there was a spider in his car. And it's on his neck.
Yeah, okay, I'll run through the story.
Yeah. Because I got a story to follow this.
Okay, so I'm going through. So this story starts about 2 years ago when I'm at your house.
Mm-hmm.
And your brother mentioned something about a brown recluse.
That's how you say it, yeah.
A brown recluse, not a recluse.
Like
It is
you were
recluse.
saying.
First off, it is a recluse. Because someone who is a recluse is like alone and keeps to themselves.
It's a recluse.
Yeah, I know, but it's pronounced recluse. Right?
You say it weird, though. I don't
It's
like it.
recluse, but like recluse, you know?
Okay.
A brown recluse.
Go on.
And he tells me about this spider, and I've never heard of it. And they're popular in the South.
Yeah.
And I think they're common. They're like,
common
it could be like a normal house spider. Like you could see it in the attic and stuff. Or like under sheds or like decks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now, apparently this brown recluse spider is insanely lethal. And like a spider bite from that will do some serious damage to your tissue and like your muscle fibers and like I think the nervous system.
Yeah.
And if left untreated, you could probably
You'll be hospitalized.
You'll be hospitalized, possibly die, and maybe need an amputation of some sort.
Yeah.
So that's the worst thing you can tell a person like me, who just only thinks about things that could kill him or what could go wrong in a situation or like any health disease or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So fast forward like a couple years later, I'm at a movie, and obviously before the movie, no one wants to buy the $10 drink and candy.
Mm-hmm.
So we go to the CVS or Walgreens or whatever, and I'm parked, and I let my brother go in to get all the stuff. And I'm just, just chilling, whatever, and I just feel something walking up my neck. Fucking with my neck. I don't know. It could have been a fly. And so I just, out of instinct, and, I'm really fast, and I knock it off. I just, knock it off my neck. We go to the movie. After the movie, I'm driving home with my brother, and it's dark. And then I look to my right where he's sitting in the passenger seat behind his headrest, and there's a spider crawling up the headrest trying to get to him. And so I freak out, I knock it off. I knew I did not kill it. And unfortunately, that uncertainty of whether or not it's alive or dead and is it still in my car scared the shit out of me for about 2 weeks, where I'd be driving and I would be like looking around my car as I'm driving to make sure, because in my mind, when I see a spider, what pops up is the memory years before of your brother scaring the shit out of me about a brown recluse spider that could kill me.
I hate how you say it, man.
And now I'm like, well, did it bite me or did it not? It was on my neck, And I mean, good thing I did find it from weird, persistent searching for a spider in my car.
Yeah.
And I found it on like my door.
I remember we started taking my car places.
Yeah, we did. And then I destroyed it. And it's dead.
But that brings me to another thing. You said you felt it on your neck. Could have been anything. You just hit it. Brings me to a story of mine. So, I was getting up to go to the bathroom one morning. And I will say this. For guys, we don't sit. unless there's like an exception, and that's morning.
I sit backwards.
uh,
I don't. The listeners.
but yeah, it's early in the morning. I gotta sit down. I'm tired. Okay, I just got out of bed, go to the bathroom. I'm on my phone or something. I just feel something on my leg. I just kind of knock it off, and I just hear it, zzz, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" And I look on the floor. It was a freaking wasp on my leg, right next to my midsection. That could have stung me the whole time.
That could have, if it stung you in the penis.
I literally, with pants around my ankles, ran out the door. Thank God Philip wasn't. My younger brother wasn't there because our bedrooms connect to our bathroom, and he would have been able to just see everything as I ran through the door. I was like, "Screw that! Shut the door." I just waited out for. I didn't go to that bathroom for like a couple days. Let it die. I hate wasps. I hate wasps, man. They always like.
How many times
sting me.
do you think you've been stung by a wasp? I think
Not as many as one would
think.
But dude, we got like a hole in our window or something in the bathroom. Because that's not the first time. It's happened to me like. That's the first time it was on my leg and stuff, and I hit it off. But I've been in my bathroom multiple times. Past 5 years. Probably 4 years. Frickin' bees. We had like 8 bees in one time when I went to the bathroom. Like I was peeing and I like looked. I was like, "There's a bee."
Think about what.
And then I looked. I heard like this buzz. I looked up. There's like freaking 7 more bees. And I'm like, "What the hell?" Don't go back in there. I'm like, keep telling my mom we gotta like seal up the window or something. Something's happening.
Get the
with
Flex
these
Seal.
bees.
You see the guy? Flex Seal.
Maybe. And these bees and these wasps are getting in there every time I'm trying to pee and just relax. And then I have like a little heart attack. I'm like, about to sting me. I'm all out in the open. Okay?
Yeah, but if it stung you, it could help.
yeah.
Enlargement.
Yeah,
right?
help in the bedroom. Yeah.
Well, I didn't say there, but just size.
Enlargement of what? Then?
Well, it said help in the bedroom. I'm not saying it would improve anything. Never mind. Virgins, but. Anyway.
Anywho. Shoot, what was I gonna say?
That is.
But yeah,
a scary thing to think about.
Especially
you're
sleeping.
You're so vulnerable.
And you're just sleeping. Like you just got up from sleep and you're just like so tired. You're like all like and stuff, and then you just tap something off, and then you hear a zzz, and you're like, "Please God, no!" And that's the only reason like I knew it was like a wasp when I heard that and stuff, because it's always bees and wasps in that bathroom. I don't know why. But yeah, that's also another awful thing that happens to me. So like, bugs are attracted to me. Don't know why. They love to fly by my ears. I hate that stuff. Okay, it bothers. You don't know if it's a fly or a wasp. You don't know if it's gonna hurt you or just annoy you. And you ever just walk in the field and stuff in front of people or something like that, and a freaking bee flies by your ear, and you're like, you freaking flop your arms and stuff, you freak out, and everybody's like, "What the hell is this guy's problem?"
I get that.
Because they don't see the bug.
Right. Yeah.
It's like walking into like a spider web.
Oh yeah.
And just like you're freaking out, everybody's like, "What is happening to this person?" It's so embarrassing.
Yeah, that is a scary situation to be in.
I hate it.
And it happens often.
Too often.
Yeah.
Not like on the monthly, but like it's happening once a year. A little more than once a year. So like every 6 months maybe we get an incident. I don't know. If we stretched it out. It ain't good.
No.
Little fears of mine.
Yeah. I don't have too many. A lot of the fears of mine come from like health, physical and mental health. Like fears of like catching a disease, and it's like anything out of the ordinary. It sends me up a wall. Like what's happening?
That's gonna be the irony of your life.
It's gonna be the irony of my death because I'm gonna be the whole life. I'm gonna be fine. And I'm just like
you're gonna die
spinning my wheels, and then I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm fine. And then a symptom.
But he wasn't.
And then a symptom comes up, and I'm like, it's
bleeding.
whatever. And then I die. You know, it's like I perish on the spot.
See, for me, I think.
And then it's a brown recluse on my neck.
My fears, I guess, stem more with not having people or like people I love going away. I guess it's
well, that's not a little fear. That's a big fear.
No, it's not like it could be like small friendships. It could be big friendships, but it's less health fear of mine, I guess.
Well, you've already been through it. You've been through the hell. You've experienced. Well, we already talked about the heart surgery. I don't want to do that, but not to downplay your heart surgery, but
we could share the stories.
One time, yeah, you could actually.
Yeah. Which one?
Oh, you could just talk about.
I could spend the whole podcast just.
We could.
Just going on about it.
We could talk about your time.
Do you want to?
Yeah.
Okay. So, for those of you who don't know, I've had heart surgery about 2 years ago. Didn't know it. Okay? Didn't know I was going to have it. My parents texted the whole family saying, hey, Peter's having heart surgery. Don't tell him. And then my brother texted in that chat, hey, Peter's in the group. And my mom got to my phone before I saw it. And she was able to delete it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's a little thing. But all I knew was like, hey, we're going to go look at your heart or something. You're going to go to sleep. We're just going to go check some things out or whatever. And maybe they told me along the way, but the medicine was so strong, I didn't remember. So I wake up.
I think they're actually required to tell you.
I don't know. They may have to. I don't know. Right before I go to the heart surgery, they go to put this catheter on. It's not the in-out catheter, not the one that hurts. It's just this uncomfortable. It's almost like a condom type thing. They just slip it over you and stuff, and it has a tube, and so you can pee and stuff.
Yeah.
And it didn't hurt to get on. It wasn't bad, whatever. So I got that on. Before that, they wanted me to try to pee in this little thing and stuff to see it all and everything. I'm trying to push it out. I don't really have pee. It's just me and the other doctor, and I just go.
You farted?
It was a little. I was like, "Geez, is this gonna happen right before all this? I'm feeling awful." That's like it's in just a quiet room, me and this dude. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, there's no way I could be like, oh, that was my shoe. like it had like kind of like the sound of that, but like I still, because I don't think I was wearing shoes. So it's like I can't blame it on the shoe or anything like that. And I was like, frick. And then it started flowing, and I was like, okay, well, screw that. Anyways, they put the catheter on after that and stuff. I go to sleep. I wake up. I'm strapped down to a table.
It's not the first time that's happened, right?
Thought I was gonna have to shoot my way out of that mess. Bar mitzvahs. Anyways, I'm strapped down to this table. They have this tube in my throat, like breathing for me. And if you haven't had that, it's a weird sensation because you feel like you're not breathing, but it's breathing for you. So you're just trying to gasp for air, and I'm just like freaking out on the table trying to rip it out. That's why they have you strapped down so you don't rip it out.
Yeah.
And so it's breathing for me. You gotta be like calm for like 30 minutes before they can take it out. They finally do, and it's just when it comes out, it's like, what? And it's just like, dude, I just remember seeing it and just being like, oh, it looks like some alien gross crap stuff, just slime. It was disgusting.
Oh my gosh.
I get that. I don't have any voice right now because I had that down my throat.
Wasn't the last time?
It wasn't the first time.
All right.
Chance to be the last. No. But then women. And then I go to the ICU for 5 days.
But you're missing an important detail about what they did pre-surgery. What they have to do to they have to shave you.
Oh, they did shave me, but I didn't know that yet. I was so high on morphine, I didn't know I was shaved.
They shaved you before or after?
Oh yeah, that's actually they did shave. They
started shave you after.
They started shaving. Well, they started shaving me before I went to sleep, and that's like the last memory I have before I fell asleep. I just heard the razor.
They shave
and then
everything.
Everything but my arms.
Well.
And I was like, I know I don't have that much hair on my arms, but it's like invisible hair. It's like you don't really see it, and it hurt a lot because they just kept on ripping stuff off my arm. I'm like, you couldn't shave the arms, but yeah, I'm trying to go in order.
Yeah. So you're in ICU.
So I'm in ICU. I hate morphine. It was awful experience for me. 5 days, the whole 5 days in ICU, I hear a radio in the top left corner of the room, 24/7, and it's Eagle 98.1, which I don't really listen to, and it was just songs.
Well, you don't listen to it because no one listens to radio anymore.
Yeah, but it's Eagle 98.1.
Yeah.
Anyways, that would go on. Commercials would go through it. Songs I may have heard 4 times in my life, all the way through. They would play all the way through. And then when I closed my eyes, it would be like a Lakers basketball game. I open my eyes, I close my eyes again.
And that's a nightmare.
National Geographic. But all you want to do is just see darkness. You don't want to hear anything. You're just so tired and stuff. And everybody's pricking you. You're just done with the world right now.
Yeah.
At this point. And I was just complaining to my mom. She's like, Peter, there's no radio. And I was like, Mom, turn off the radio.
Are the Lakers playing at least?
And she's like, there's no radio. Until she finally gets to the point where we asked them to turn off the radio. They said they can't. And just played it with me and stuff. But yeah, I'm in ICU on the bed and stuff. Right kind of before I get out of ICU, they're going to take off the catheter. And I go, is this going to hurt? And the lady says, it shouldn't. Well, she goes, did it hurt to get on? I said, no, it's just a little uncomfortable. And she goes, well, it shouldn't.
I don't have a penis.
She just rips it off. And I felt like Shrek when he pulls the arrow out of his butt. Because I didn't have a voice and I was just like, oh. And I got in fetal position. I was like, oh. It was awful. And so I'm like, well, now I'm not trusting anybody.
But they had to hold it for you while you peed, right?
No. And then I go into the regular room, I guess. Kind of got to relearn how to walk.
Isn't that weird? A surgery, and I guess it is a major surgery, but it's like you have to you can't talk, and you have such little. They literally cut you open.
Yeah,
they literally cracked you.
I never broke a bone in my life. These people cut one open.
They literally cracked you in half.
Yeah,
did whatever, and
sawed me in half.
Yeah, it was a saw.
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know how the hell they get through you. That's a hard bone right there.
Dude, it could have been a saw.
They probably sawed it off.
Fuck.
It's a hand saw, just not even like an electrical. It's like, oh, you're crooked. It's like not one swoop or anything.
It's like a pizza cutter. Fuck. This guy's all off. It's like pizza dough.
16 slices right here. But yeah. And I'm laying in bed and stuff, and I gotta pee, but I can't pee, and they're like, "Hey,"
because you lost that muscle function.
Like when it happens to a lot of people after an
it's like
they can't really push it out.
Well, it's like you need to learn how to walk. It's like you forgot the muscle memory.
Yeah, and so they don't let me go pee alone too. So it's like, I gotta have this person next to me every time I try to go pee. And
woman?
Yeah, they have this. Well, apparently it was training week when I went.
Training week?
So I get this girl who's younger than me, like 19. It's like she's training, okay? And I'm like, can I go to the bathroom? Thinking like, oh, I can walk now. I'm in a spot where I can can I just walk to the bathroom and go pee? They're like, she's gonna go in with you. I was like, frick.
Is she
and so now the whole time...
Was she attractive?
She was not really. I mean, I wasn't attractive. She wasn't ugly, but I was gonna track to her, but I'm like, now I'm thinking in the mindset, don't fart. don't try and push out that hard. You know? That'll be awkward. I'm just sitting there. 15 seconds go by. I haven't gone yet, and she goes, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Well, now I lost everything. Like, it's not happening now."
It wasn't until you just spoke.
And because I can't pee, they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna have to do the in-out catheter." And that's the thing that goes inside of you, your pee hole.
Wow.
It's not fun. Anyways, I'm lying on the bed. They're about to do it. They're like, "Let's get the trainee to do it."
Whoa! The trainee just...
So I'm laying down. I can't see anything down there other than
Oh my gosh.
whoever. And
oh my gosh. This is
I
like
just hear the trainee say, "Wow. That's big."
No!
and I kind of was like, "Oh, that doesn't sound appropriate."
Thank you.
But thank you. And then the trainer says, "No, that's average size." And I was like, "What are you doing here,
What
Missy?"
are you doing to me?
And then I realized they're talking about the catheter.
Oh.
And then I was like, "This is going to hurt really bad." I close my eyes. Trainer's sitting to my left. The girl's doing what she's doing at the bottom of the bed. I close my eyes. Don't know where the trainer's hand is or anything.
Oh my gosh.
Just bracing for it. It goes in. Immediately, without opening my eyes, I grab her hand the first try, the trainer, and I just shake my head. And like my head's just shaking, and I'm just like turn to her slowly, and I go, "Please stop." Like I was beyond curse words or anything. I was just like, "Please stop." And she goes, "We can't." And then
Can't piss, don't you see?
at that point, then I just break down like, "Please, please, please." It hurt so bad. It's over. I'm sweating just telling the story a little bit. Like, I can't pee after. And they said if it hits 11 o'clock, we're doing it again. And I was just like, "Oh God." Like, I was like, "Mom, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna." She's like, "Just drink the juice." I'm like, "I'm not gonna drink the juice. It's not gonna do anything." Then I just paused and I realized, hey, every time my mom says to do something, apparently God works and does it. So I'm like, "I'll drink this juice and we'll pray." So we do it. Peed immediately.
That's awesome.
I was like, "That's sick." I was like, the greatest pee of my life. The most relieving. I was like, I don't have to do it again. Like,
I'm surprised it still works.
dude,
How were you
it
able to
hurts.
urinate?
And I've seen one after, like what it's supposed to look like after, like the catheter. And I'm like, thank God I didn't see that before it went in me. I would have. Sad thing is I'm young and it's probably gonna happen again. So yeah, that happens. Then they're just pricking me and stuff, trying to get my blood. Some days it's just like 11. One day they drew my blood 11 different times.
That doesn't seem right.
Yeah, you think it would have been a little more functional than that. And to the point where they had to bring out a machine because I didn't have any veins. Because I also have these antibiotics because I had an infection in my heart that are just destroying my veins.
Yeah.
And stuff as they're pumping the medicine in me. And so they had to bring a machine out to find a vein deep down. And it frickin' sucked. Like, now I can handle some needles and stuff. I don't like looking at it, but I can handle it now after all this whole experience. But then they're like, hey, we're just going to make it easy. Once it's probably like 3 days before I leave. And we're just going to get you this pick. And this pick line, it goes in your, like, kind of by your bicep.
Yeah.
And it goes all the way to your heart.
Oh.
And it's 40 centimeters long.
Okay.
This line that they're just sticking in your arm and just slowly pushing it to your heart. So they have your arm strapped down, they numb you up and stuff, and they bring it through and they push stuff through it to kind of like let you have to tell them where is it type thing, like where are you feeling it up here, are you feeling it down here, so they can kind of get it to the
what
right
the fuck?
spot.
That seems so inaccurate.
I
What
know.
if you were off? You're like, I don't know.
I felt
It's
it. I felt it a little bit in my neck. So at some point, I was like, ah! I was like, it was gross. It was gross. They finally get to my heart. I was like, Mom, I don't want to know how long that thing was. Like, they stuck in my. Apparently, these pick lines. I guess I got a little scar, a little divot.
Yeah.
they can stay in you for a year.
Really?
And stuff, and you put the antibiotics in it. And it's just so it doesn't destroy your veins and stuff. And they can also draw blood from this line and stuff. So I was like, why the hell didn't we do this thing at first? You knew I was gonna need it. Like, why didn't you do that instead of pricking me 11 freaking times in one day? But yeah, we get that. We celebrate Easter and stuff.
That's nice.
I know. I was like, Mom, is the Easter Bunny coming? And she's like, I don't know. I was like, is the Easter Bunny coming? And
Yeah,
she
good boy.
Easter Bunny came. Then, shoot, what happened? Oh, so this is the best, I think, story of the whole scenario. So one night, my sister was like, hey, I'll spend the night with you because there's a couch there and stuff, and she'll just give me company. And I said, sure, yeah. She sleep on the couch and wake up one morning. And they give you this heart-shaped pillow and stuff so you can hug it. Because, I mean, they just cracked you in half. I'm still coughing out stuff because I had a liter of liquids in my, or fluid in my lungs. So I still got some of that fluid in my lungs and stuff. So I'm coughing that stuff up and it hurts. So I have to push this pillow up against me. Anyways, I turned to Mary one morning and I just stick out my finger and kind of like point to her and like my hand's shaking and I just turn and I go, I don't have a voice really. I'm like, Mary. And she's like, P. And she's like, just coming like with the most loving eyes and stuff like, I'm here for you, whatever you need. Like, do I need to get the nurse? She grabs my finger and I pull it back and I just go, and I go, I laugh because it was the perfect joke I've ever done. And I just start laughing so hard. I have a cough attack. And like, I'm not breathing. Like, I had to sit up. I'm like it's hurting now. It's to a point where it hurts because they just cut me open. I have to hold this pillow. And like, she's laughing, I'm laughing. And I'm like crying in my face over. The nurse comes in and she goes, what happened? And I like look at her. I'm like, don't you dare tell them, tell the nurse. And I was like, and she goes, oh, he's just having a coughing fit. And I was like, yeah. And I'm just like coughing and dying. And she leaves. Oh my gosh. That was probably the funniest little prank I've ever done on anybody. It was so good.
Dude, that sounds like a nightmare.
But yeah, then I got out. I lived my life. They said don't drink, and I was like, I'm a drink. I didn't drink before, really. I will say this. They said, hey, you can't do all these drugs. And I was like, I never had the desire to do any of these drugs. But now I kind of want to. I'm not going to do them because it'll probably kill me. But yeah.
Yeah.
It was an eventful. That's, I guess, a quick run through of the whole situation.
Yeah, that sounds tough.
But let me tell you, wisdom teeth.
It's no wisdom teeth.
It's no wisdom teeth.
Fuck that thing.
Dude, your mom kept on me. I'm like, why is he complaining so much about the wisdom teeth? Peter just had heart surgery.
Yeah, it's a big deal for me.
He's complaining more than Peter.
That is a harrowing story. My gosh, especially about the morphine trip.
Dude, morphine was freaking awful. I hate it.
You probably thought it was 5 days. What if it was like 10 minutes?
They just agreed with me that it was like, 5 days.
It's been 10 minutes. You thought it was 5.
That whole trip was just 8 hours.
Yeah.
I was like,
hey,
what?
guy. Like,
yeah, it's pretty bad. My parents brought me Dearmans. We got molt.
That's good.
It's great.
It's a good pick me up.
It was great. Dude, I dropped 35 pounds then.
That's effective.
I know. I lost 35 pounds in 1 month. Did heart surgery. I was like, can I get that again?
People
but
dieting
can I get that again, but like in a healthier way?
Juicing.
But I will say, I enjoy like the structure of the hospital, in the sense of like, yeah, I can see I'm not gaining that much weight and stuff, and I'm staying steady because they're like, this is when you eat, this is when you do this. I was like, if I had that in my everyday life, I'd be so much healthier.
Yeah.
Just have somebody tell me when to do things.
Oh.
get me a ball and chain. I guess, do this.
Don't eat. Eat
Don't
now,
eat.
now.
Eat my food.
Eat for 2 hours and then stop.
Give me your fries.
I'm not hungry.
Yeah, well, that's that story.
Yeah.
Really killed the mood, I guess.
Well, it did. It was funny though,
It was
Sort of.
eventful.
seeing you
Yeah.
suffer. But I don't know. I was thinking about. I don't even remember what I was doing. I think I was in denial. I remember I got the text message and I was
Yeah.
like, "Really?" I didn't like.
You're just saying this,
I
huh?
didn't like cry. I didn't
was-
cry until after, where I was like, "Oh, he could have died." I was like, "Oh, that's serious." Like, I don't know how I feel about that. And I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay." And then I texted you right away. I was like, "Hey, I heard you're in the hospital." But it didn't really set in until after.
So my family, as a family friend, I won't say his last name. His first name is Donald, though.
Yeah.
And this dude used to be a doctor. However, he snuck into the hospital. Like when he heard about what was happening to me, because my dad told him, he went in the hospital. They said, "Are you family?" He goes, "Yes," and he lied so he could get in. And he was kind of like looking at me, explaining everything to my parents and stuff. What words the doctors are saying, whatever. So he was there with me the whole time. He was a great guy. He's prayed over me, stuff. I get out, and I see Donald one day, and he comes up to me, and he just stops, and I'm just standing there awkwardly, and he's standing there and just looking at me, looking through my soul. Now, if you want to see what Donald kind of looks like, if you've ever played Guess Who, there's that character, I think, on the blue team. His name's Kyle. He's a blonde. Now, if you took that blonde and you dyed his hair brown, that's what he would look like. So I got this boy. Let me see if I can pull up a picture. Yeah, there he is, right there. It's like that guy, but with brown hair. This dude's like 40 something, mid 40s. Anyways,
So he's looking at you.
very very healthy guy. Looks at me, just biggest smile. He's a contagious smile. Just it looks like he's looking through me and stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, hey. And it's just quiet. And he goes, "Wow, walking miracle." And he's like, "Oh my gosh!" And he just brings me in with a hug.
You're the chosen one.
And then he hugs me, and then he pulls me out, and he's holding my shoulders and stuff. He's like, and he brings me in for like another hug, and I'm like, "What is happening here?" And he's like, "I thought we were gonna lose you."
I thought you were going to.
And he's like, "I'm gonna get you a shirt with a big a WM, walking miracle," and stuff. And he's a great guy and stuff. It was just awkward because I was like, I don't know what to do here. And then months go by. I'm working at my old restaurant job. I see Donald. Same thing happens again.
Wow. Miracle.
In the middle of working, going stuff, he's just like, "Wow. Let me look at you. You feeling good? You look great." It was just so funny. It's just so awkward. It's funny though. I was like, I don't know what to say here. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, what do you say to, "You're an anomaly"?
I know. I did forget to mention though, while I was in the hospital too. Once I got ICU and stuff, I'm laying in bed. The doctor who performed the surgery comes in and he goes. When he walks in, he's just breathing heavy and he's looking at me and he's like with a worried face. And he's like, and he goes, "You feeling good?" And I go, "Yeah." And he's like, "Good." like you must have almost lost me there. Like he looked like
wits in.
He looked like he saw a ghost.
Med school didn't prepare me for this shit.
He was just breathing hard. He was like, "You good?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Good."
All right.
Good. He's like,
I didn't have a chance to
"Your
check
level's
my
fine?
work.
Your level's fine?" Yeah. Good. I'd have like 5 doctors come in all at once too and stuff, and they'd be like, you good this? I'm like, they'd all be asking different questions. I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
Like I'm the talk of the town. They've never seen the infection that was in me. They don't know what it is. I was like, can we name it after me? I was like, I got a great last name for a disease.
That's a little bit scary.
It is. They took the test. They still haven't figured out what it was. They probably got rid of that piece of heart or like vegetation on the heart. They probably got rid of that by now. But I wanted it back, and I wanted to like somehow crystallize it.
Yeah.
And then when I propose to my future wife, hopefully, maybe just be like, could be weird.
Could be.
But it could be sweet gesture too.
Okay, I gotta.
Here's a piece
You're
of
like
my
Davy
heart.
Jones from a.
If I didn't survive this, I would have never met you, and this would have never happened. So
Yeah.
that's how much you mean to me.
Yeah.
Bam. Husband of the century, right there.
Yeah, she will never hate you.
I'd be like, honey, look at the ring.
That's my heart.
That's my heart. You got it.
Think twice about.
No other woman has my heart.
Well, this is a good segue to Waffle House.
Because Waffle House has my heart.
Well, every Tuesday I'm there.
I didn't know that.
Okay,
Go
I
ahead.
say every Tuesday.
But you're there enough to where the waitress was like,
Well,
oh, I didn't know your names and stuff.
The last three weeks, this is the third week in a row that me and Joe have been there. Because we play pickup basketball from 6 to 7:30.
Redhead Joe.
Yeah, Redhead Joe. He'll be on the podcast. I don't know what episode, but Redhead. We play pickup from 6 to 7:30.
Yeah.
And then we always eat at Waffle House. And that always. It happened 3 weeks in a row.
I have noticed that I haven't been invited to this pickup, so
Well,
we'll see about this.
it's not I did not organize it.
I know. But you think you...
No, I would like to. No, I would like to, but it's not my thing. It's more of like an official, like they have their own group chat, so it's like I don't really have the authority to just, because I don't know these people. I just know Joe and like a couple others who are also in the group chat. I'm not even in the group chat. But it's like an invite only type of thing.
Yeah.
And
Word of mouth.
Yeah, the only way I can get someone in is if they go through the whole week and they're like, hey, we can't find enough players.
Yeah.
And then I'll start asking people.
Obviously, they haven't seen me play.
They have not. Walking anomaly.
Yeah.
But it made me think, because Waffle House, I really want to be a regular somewhere where someone just sees me and they're like, they know what I'm there to do.
I would love that too. Like you just see those small town movies and there's like, oh hey Jim.
You want the regular? You want the regular?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I want I want 4 double cheeseburgers, a large fry, and a Coke.
And then you can have that dramatic day where it's like, no, I'm switching up the order.
And then shit
and then
stops.
Everybody turns and they're like, who is this guy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is this guy all right?
I just saw something that says George Lucas to direct Rogue One sequel. Wait, Jesus, I'm stupid. Oh my gosh. That's A New Hope. Alright, never mind. Is that all?
You were talking about, how you want to be.
Well, I just wanted to be a regular. I think it'd be
Yeah.
cool. I mean, everyone knows me.
We were there the other night and they had a little confusion with an order, shall we say.
Were you talking about the order or the...
I'm talking about the order. These
Yeah.
people, I've never seen it before. I've never seen once, like one order of this meal. At least, I think
They probably got 5 or 6 pork chops
5 or 6 pork chops.
from Waffle House.
And apparently got the order wrong, and they were like, we need more pork chops. And we need more peppers.
Yeah, the dispute, they wouldn't leave because they wanted to know which pork chop had the peppers.
Yeah, they couldn't just open it.
But why does it matter? Like, are you really that precise on what you need? If I just got the pork chop and they forgot the peppers, fuck it, I'm going home to eat it. I'm not going to make a big deal about whether or not the peppers are on it or not.
And I'll say this. Now, the woman arguing is not even in Waffle House attire. Waffle House attire can be from pajamas on up.
If you
She was
remember,
wearing a nightgown.
if you remember correctly, I was in pajamas.
Yes, and that's all right. Pajama pants. It fits,
But it wasn't that
fits
late.
Waffle House.
We were there at like 7:30.
That is true. That is true. It wasn't the time. On that.
But she had a nightgown and a night sleeping hat.
No, she did
Yeah,
not.
she did. Yeah, she had like
No
something.
way.
She had something on her
I think
hair.
she had like curlers or something.
Maybe it was curlers.
There was no way she had a sleeping hat. I would definitely
Looking
remember
like
that.
Scrooge, dude.
That was sick.
Yeah.
Dude, those look so comfortable sleeping though.
You know, Will has one somewhere in here. I'll show you it.
Like,
I would love to have one. I mean,
just like a little hat. I mean,
oh no, what are you talking about? The hat?
in the gown.
Oh, the
whole
gown?
gown and hat thing.
Yeah.
I think that would you
But
purposely.
it's totally, you lose your manlyhood once you put that on.
Yeah.
But if no one sees it, I guess it's okay.
Yeah.
Part of me wants to go in public wearing that.
Dude, you could do it for a costume. Just say, hey.
No. I would
It's
just
a
wear it.
costume.
I will wear it to the gym one day. I'll have clothes underneath, but
I mean, I wore a suit to the gym twice.
that's different.
be a coach.
You were coaching.
But yeah, so a big confusion over these pork chops, which I've never seen ordered. They actually took it off the menu.
Voices
I remember
were
it used
raised.
to be on. Yes,
Voices
were
like
raised.
tempers were going around. Like the cook was like, "That's the one with the fucking peppers."
And they said, "Y'all have a good day."
Yeah. And then we also witnessed an attempted dine and dash,
Yeah.
and that's really it. Fuck. I mean,
That was our Waffle House experience.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been liking, so I used to. I can't remember the last time I got a waffle at Waffle House.
really?
I never get waffles there. I used to get the chocolate chip waffle, but then I was introduced to their burger. And it's not a great burger, but it's a diner burger, which is a solid burger. And I love it. And I get that bacon cheeseburger thing there.
It's like it's a patty melt.
But then I switched it because, oh my gosh.
You get the steak one?
This cheese steak
Cheesesteak melt.
with the bacon
Cheesesteak
on the Texas toast.
patty melt. Yep.
It's great. I love it. And you get the hash browns on the side.
I got that last week.
That's been my order for the last 8 times I've gone. It's delicious. It's
Waffle House really does nail it, and I think
I love diner
is
food.
it is good. And it's just so simple and it's cheap. It's like $8 or whatever.
My favorite thing about the menu I brought up to you and
It's laminated.
you and Redhead Joe last night is on the menu for the All-Star meal. It says $13, but scratched out.
Yeah.
It's $13 in gray with a gray scratch out, and then in color, it's like $10.95.
Yeah.
What it really is.
They're
I'm
showing
like,
how much of a deal they're giving you.
Yeah, they're showing you the deal, but I've never seen it that expensive in the first place.
Yeah.
So what are they breaking? Is it just to catch your eye?
I don't know.
I'm gonna get the All-Star meal.
I don't know.
I've never got the All-Star meal. You always seem to get the All-Star meal.
No, I don't.
I feel like
Hell,
you do.
no, it's Trey.
Oh, it's Trey.
Trey gets
It
that
is
every
Trey.
time. Ryan
Okay.
gets that too.
Yeah. You always get the over order.
Yeah, so that's one thing about me. And I guess I over exaggerate my feeling of hunger to a point where first off, I've never been able to eat a lot of food at once.
Your eyes are too big, man.
They are too big, but it's because I'm excited. But I do eat frequently. So I'm really hungry, but I can't eat all this food that many people, like they do, like the Rock eats like 20,000 calories or whatever. I can't eat all that in one sitting.
Yeah.
But I can eat a lot, or I can fill myself up, and then 30 minutes later I'll be hungry.
Yeah.
So I think I'm starving. And then I get the meal, which I think in my mind, and I never learn, this won't be enough for me. I need to have something else.
And I tell you, I've gotten good to the point where hey, this is gonna be the over order, and you're like, yeah.
Well, now, but I'm still gonna do it because I'm still hungry.
Because still do it.
So I got the hash, one of the bowls, one of those the steak and cheese bowl.
Yeah, it's like my meal, but
Yeah,
instead
it's in
of
a
bread,
bowl.
yeah.
And in my mind, I'm like, that's not enough. That's not enough. I didn't even finish it. But
Dude, it was a lot.
in addition to that, I also got a waffle. Because also you need to finish up with something salty and protein with that, with something sugary and fattening, even though the bowl was. But so it's a little bit different with Waffle House, but I didn't eat either one of them to completion, which is just a waste of money.
Another sickening. Was it you or was it Trey that put a crap ton of syrup on there?
It's me.
It's you. Okay. Oh my gosh. You got not last night, but the time before that we went to Waffle House. You got the waffle and you just drenched it. It was drenched in syrup, and I turned to you. I said, "Are you serious?" You were like Buddy the Elf on steroids with that syrup.
Hey man, I like syrup.
It was so much syrup, bro. It almost made me want to throw up. It was just too much syrup. It was like float. It was a boat.
It's enough
on
to
a
feed,
river of syrup.
It's enough to feed 3 to 5 men.
Dude, it was bad.
I mean, I consumed it myself.
Dude, Canada called. They want their syrup.
Yeah.
You know?
By the way, get this fake ass like maple syrup, like healthy cane sugar out of here. We want the unhealthy stuff. I don't want like the natural. I don't think it tastes good at all.
I'm not big into maple syrup stuff like that. I like the. I love Aunt Jemima. I love the original.
Well, they changed it, right?
Well, they changed the face. They got rid of her.
Yeah. Isn't there a Mrs. Buttersworth?
There is a Miss. I don't like Mrs. Buttersworth. I tried it.
Yeah, she
I'm not
sucks.
a big fan. She's just fun to say. It's a cool name, but other than that, I mean, Aunt Jemima's pretty nice too. But I like the original Aunt Jemima. It's great.
Yeah. Well,
I like a thick syrup.
I don't know. I feel like this energy is dead. I think we need to do a better. First off, we need to.
It's because you started off with tea. Should have had coffee.
Yeah, I had tea. But I don't know. I think we're just gonna wrap it up. That was episode 3, but I just this was not even close to as good as the last one in my opinion. But I think the next couple weeks we're gonna start asking people to get on.
Yeah.
And
We just
that'll be
filmed the
funny.
best ones at my house, I guess. The best one.
No. Well, wait. Yeah, 2 was at your house. Yeah. Yeah. Just so to our viewers and like our fans, I guess we've been getting a lot of mail.
Yeah. You want to read it?
We've been getting a lot of fan mail and messages, so thank you for that. And just like and subscribe. What?
Did you want to read the fan mail ever?
Maybe next week.
Maybe next week?
Maybe next week when we're gonna have someone on next week.
We got to drop an email for them, though. We got to come up with an email for them to write to. Unless they just want to put it
They
on
can
the
just
comments.
comment or something like that for now.
Yeah, we just read the comments on
Yeah.
YouTube.
All right, well that's it. This is your hearts are. I think it's nice to get to know you personally.
Yeah.
You know.
See, I didn't really want to tell. I felt like it was gonna die the story. Die the.
That was pretty funny.
podcast
Yeah, that
though.
was good.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Whatever.
It's time.
Yeah.
It's gonna come out sometime.
Bye.
Bye.